Yeah, welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm David.
I'm Gary.
We're going to record this on a Monday night, almost 8 o'clock Pacific time. This is the reading that we have coming up on late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning Pacific time.
Yes.
There's not a whole lot of news going on, so we go to the gossip.
Yes.
Sean Combs has been found guilty of not doing very nice things. I haven't done any research, so I don't know what he was found guilty of. I don't think they nailed him on the racketeering charge. It was like
yeah, I'd have to look.
Being a jackass to women type crime. Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
All right.
He's 50 months in prison for conviction on 2 prostitution-related offenses.
Okay. And his family in here saying how he could be a thing for positive change if he just doesn't have to go to prison. and all this wonderful stuff. Also, Ms. Maxwell and her sweetheart deal with Donald Trump and his prosecutors. What we want to look at is Donald Trump going to pardon Sean Diddy Combs, or is he going to pardon Ms. Maxwell for their crimes? Okay, yeah, so which one do you want to read on?
I'll start. You want me to do Puff Daddy?
Yeah, you can do Puff Daddy. Gary's going to do a 7-carder on Puff Daddy. Then we'll both do 4-carders to see if we feel like Trump is going to pardon Puff Daddy, and then I'll do a 7-carder on Ms. Maxwell, and then we'll do the same with the 4-carders to see if he thinks he's going to get away.
So Trump has said that. Let's take a look at the energy around that. Okay, it's the energy around Trump and Sean P. Diddy Combs and a pardon. Okay. All right. So you got the foundation of the reading, the 10 of Swords. Just want this to. We've pretty much. To me, this is the court case is over. They've put the swords in. They've got their man. They've convicted him. He's going up for 50 months. Prosecutors wanted him gone for like 11 years. Right. So, frankly, I think he got away with one. The challenge, the cross, is the 9 of Wands. It's like, there's so many actions, so many things that that happened in the trial. Just general fatigue on this. Underneath it, you got the Star. Lots of prostitution. If I take off the pink bikini top, that card takes a whole different meaning. But he was a falling star. And Trump kind of relates to those types of people, it seems.
He always makes excuses for men who have done crimes against women.
Yep.
And children.
And we've got yet another bikini top. The World card in the past. This coming to an end of the cycle. Bad behavior coming to an end. Current energy is the 10 of Cups. People celebrating the fact that the court has made the decision. He was found guilty. There are probably some that are not as happy, especially if you are more law and order type. Felt that should have been a more severe sentence. Of course, the defense wanted basically time served plus a couple more months and call it a day. Overarching energy is the 4 of Swords. I guess Trump's going to have to stop and think about it, about any request for a pardon. He's thinking about it. The lesson to be learned is the 8 of Pentacles. There is a lot of work went into this case. I don't know. The question I have is the favorability view in the public. How does the public view this? Do they view this as a just case and a just result, or are they feeling outrage? I don't feel the outrage on this. That people are outraged that he got convicted. So the 8 of Pentacles, he may be trying to behind the scenes figure out, does this make sense to go ahead and cash in that favor form? Outcome is the Five of Wands. It could just add to the chaos. If it creates chaos that Trump likes, he'll do it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the energy. It's kind of, what's in it for Trump? That's really what the question that you need to ask, that you need to answer is what's in it for Trump? Because he doesn't do it for other people. It's what's in it for him. Now, if P. Diddy was like a huge Trump supporter and always said nice things and has always been a loyal person, then Trump's more likely to do something for him, right?
I believe he has been.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if there's. I've got the article up here. No, that's still just Maxwell. He can. Yeah, no, it's not really saying much about Diddy. It's this article's more about Maxwell. So I guess let's go to the four-carder. Is he actually going to do it? To me, the question is what's in it for Trump. If you can figure out what's in it for Trump, then you'll know the answer.
Well, I think your card of the Eight of Pentacles told you everything you needed to know, right?
Yeah.
Here, buy a lifetime supply of Trump steaks.
Trump NFTs.
Will Trump pardon Sean P. Diddy Combs? That's a yes. Yes, okay. Yes. God, yes. Victory here. Kind of a wink and a nod underneath it. He gets paid. They come to an agreement. And Trump, again, the Ace of Cups, he pardons and relates with people who've done the same secret crimes he's done. Share the secrets, get the reward. What are you getting?
I've got the foundations of Four of Cups. Not happy with what he's seeing. What else can you give me? The main clarifier is the Emperor. It's hard because if you want to be the law and order president, this case was pretty.
You have to stop. You just need to stop. The law and order president's just words he uses.
Oh, I understand that.
Actually,
because he's all about image, right? And it's one of those things where you want to say you're the law and order president. How is this going to look? Because the case wasn't really in question, But to me, what I'm kind of, my bias is leaning me towards he's going to pardon him.
Yeah, because he's Four Cups. He's been treated really unfairly.
Yeah. And it's unfair how this is played out. It's just he's under attack by the radical left.
Exactly.
And I'm the king and I can do whatever I want. And
there's your kindred spirits type thing.
Yes, exactly.
We do the same sins, therefore we're the same person.
Yeah.
By forgiving you, I am allowed to forgive me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not what I want to see, but it's what I feel those cards are saying.
Yeah. Now, Ms. Maxwell, let's look at the energy around her as he contemplates giving her a pardon. He's certainly allowed to, Eight of Swords. Now, this is talk about somebody's got somebody bound up here. Cross with the Empress and the Queen of Cups. It's like she's right now in prison, but she has information that she's been sitting on that, has her sitting pretty. So although she's in a disadvantageous position, she's sitting in a really good spot. Basically, if I keep my mouth shut and just sit here, you're going to take care of me. It's like the deal's already been cut. Past the King of Cups. This is Donald Trump, the man baby. Just everything that he's done in the past on this one, and to get her agreement. Current situation, 9 of Coins. She's sitting on the data. She's delivered the goods. She said Donald Trump was a perfect gentleman. He never did anything wrong ever that I saw. Moved me to Club Fed and then pardon me later. Overarching energy is the King of Wands, and then you've got Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche in the Justice Department, moving her to a prison she is not qualified to be in. Lesson to be learned is the Star card. She knew what she needed to do. This is also, women. And the outcome is the Magician, the revealing, the illusion, or the revealing of secrets. Right now, she's keeping her mouth shut, but she's in a good spot because she can always reveal what she knows. And, that Star card could also be a Supreme Court ruling in her favor. Another one of the cups for Trump. But yeah, she's in a really good spot right now. I think they've cut some deals. Again, if she's the only person who's ever been convicted of trafficking these girls and boys and young women, and she says Donald Trump has nothing to do with it, well, that should be good enough for everybody.
Yep. And I like how Trump tries to distance himself from her.
Yeah.
His quote was, I haven't heard that name in so long. I could say this, that I'd have to take a look at it. I would have to take a look. You have to speak to the DOJ
every freaking day. He's such an unbelievable liar.
Yeah. It's like, right. You haven't heard the name Giselle. You haven't heard, is it Ghislaine Maxwell?
Ghislaine. I told you not to.
Yeah, but
Ms. Maxwell. Ms. Maxwell. They didn't have to worry about butchering your name because I swear to God, you're going to get 5 million comments telling you how to pronounce her name. Congratulations. Enjoy that on your Wednesday morning, going through all the different people telling you how to pronounce that unpronounceable name.
Yes, if I pronounce it wrong, go to the
give the video a thumbs up, add a $5 donation so Gary can take lessons on how to pronounce.
No, better yet, go to the Tarot by the Bay channel and tell Dave you're right. Gary doesn't know how to
unsubscribe, report it, flag it for content violations.
Okay, for Carter, is he gonna give a pardon to Ms. Maxwell?
Ms. Maxwell.
Ms. Maxwell. Well, I've got actions. I got to think about that. What's in it for me? Oh boy.
I'm not as convinced as I was before. It may not be a pardon for her. It might be a commutation. Here's what I get. I got the Page of Cups. I got MAGA underneath here with the 5 of Swords.
Yeah, MAGA's gonna want to get to the truth.
Oh yeah, they're not. She's been convicted. They don't want her out. They don't like her. They don't care what she says about Trump. If she says Trump's not in there, they just assume she's telling the truth, and she can continue to rot in jail. But here's the deal. With the Lovers card. There's whether this is the connection to Trump, but I think this is more the deal that Trump has made, the Attorney General and the secret dealings that have been made here. It might be that she stays in this minimum security Club Fed type prison, but I can see Trump commuting the sentence, saying, she's done her time. She's this poor woman has suffered enough. She's suffered enough through this, and she should be set free, type of thing. If she holds up the deal. Now, if Trump goes pushing up the daisies, then all bets are off on that, except that it's not just Trump. There are all sorts of wealthy people that are impacted by this.
Okay, so I got the 2 of Wands as the primary card. So, I've got decisions to make here. I got actions to take. I need to think about what I want to do that's going to impact the future. I've already moved you out of a bad place into Club Fed.
Yeah.
And so you can keep the major things of value, but I'm giving back to you. The King of Cups, which is a card I'm just so not happy with, unless you reverse it. Because if you reverse it, then it makes a lot more sense. It's like it goes to the, being sympathetic to people who are guilty of the things you're guilty of, right? Because it's just it's unjust if it's in the reverse position. Then you've got the Three of Wands, looking out in the future. How is this going to benefit me in the future? And then the World card. I want this to end. I want it to go away. Yeah, I think he's still thinking about it. I don't think he's made a decision on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a little different than what we were going into the general energy, which is probably a done deal.
Yeah, because the thing is that with her, she's paid everything up front, and now she has to rely on Donald to keep up his end of the bargain.
Mm-hmm.
Not always the wisest maneuver with this guy.
Yeah. I've already moved you into the minimum security. You can leave whenever you want.
But when he doesn't need her anymore, he forgets about her.
Yeah, this is a comment. I haven't heard that name in a long time. Yeah, because you got what you wanted.
Exactly. Who? I can't even pronounce her name. Who? All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching this video and supporting our channel. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, if you like these videos, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. Leave a comment. I read them all, respond to many.
And he even will use the Google Translate from French to English so that he can understand all comments made to him in French.
I do sometimes have to do a Google Translate. That's true. So let's give a shout out to Helen Helps.
Helen Helps.
Yes, you have to show the same card a second time because she always does like the same emoji. There you go. Hey.
The Empress twice over.
Exactly. And then how about Dorothy D? Hi, Dorothy D.
Dorothy D also gets a major arcana in the Temperance
card,
but did not make an appearance in the show tonight.
And then, whoa, that's a great name. Peace Joy Peg, whose name is also Wild Moonchild Tarot and Astrology. Hi, Peace Joy Peg. We're heartbroken that we didn't have a great name like that for our channel.
Yes, we need to come up with 3 different names.
Yes. And then a card for the rest. The old 8 of Pentacles.
Get back to work.
Get back to work.
Yeah, turn off this video. Get back to work. What are you slacking for? Listen to these 2 idiots.
Totally. Hope you all have a great day.
All right. Take care, everyone. We'll catch you on the next video.